I made a video about the deal last week, supposedly ending the Gaza Genocide. They're framing it as ending it, but as we all know, Israel does not respect deals, ceasefires, agreements, anything, no matter what. So I'm sure for them, this is just like a means to like temporarily delay the scheming on their final solution to the Palestinian question until they think that it's more convenient for them to do so. Basically, what happened here is they were banking on them being able to like expel people from Gaza, like all of them, and no one would really play ball with that, so they ended up just killing them and trying to ruin the place. Yeah, now that's gotten them to where we are today, where we have another ridiculous Israeli ceasefire, which who knows if it's going to last or not. But I went over the actual details of the plan last week. As far as I've seen, Hamas has only agreed to phase 1 of the plan, which was like an immediate ceasefire and the release of the Israeli terrorist prisoners of war, while they iron out a further agreement on the other points of the plan, like the ridiculous Tony Blair Viceroy part of it, which is fucking ludicrous, and other such stuff. Hamas has said that they would not agree to any plan that does not involve full Palestinian control of their own affairs. I feel like the Western media and the Americans and everything are trying to make it look like the plan was accepted as written, but only the first part of the plan, that is the hostage release and ceasefire and limited Israeli withdrawal, is what has actually been agreed to at this point. So nothing set in stone yet. In this article on Al Jazeera, Hamas and other Palestinian factions said that the governance of Gaza would be an internal Palestinian matter. So it's pretty clear there that they are rejecting at least a large part of the Trump plan, and what has been agreed to is certainly not the whole of the plan. Nothing close, because there's clearly a lot of problems here. So it doesn't look like the entire plan has been agreed to. It looks like what's actually been agreed to is just the first phase of it. And we'll have to see what happens from here, though. Obviously, do not trust Israel, do not trust America, do not trust any of them. Israel has been violating their ceasefire in Lebanon the entire time it's been active. So why would we think against their primary victims, the Palestinians, they're going to suddenly respect it, especially when they covet Palestinian land and want to get rid of them significantly more than they do Lebanese people? I don't have any hope here that this will definitively end the genocide. It's like the last time these sort of things happened, it was like temporary genocide pause. I would not expect anything more from this. From what I've seen in the media, the prisoners of war / terrorist settlers, that is, the so-called hostages as they're called in the imperialist media, are to be released tomorrow. And I'm recording this on the Sunday before the Monday where they're supposed to be released. And this is like supposed to be a big event and shit. Like Trump is traveling to Israel to personally receive the hostages like he's a hero. Trump heads to Israel amid preparations for hostage return. Holy shit, he's such a loser. He really is trying to get into heaven, is he? Little does he know, this is going to get him straight to hell. Jesus is a Palestinian, you know. Tisk, tisk, tisk. And once the prisoners of war are released, then Israel is going to have like no real reason. They're going to have like no real reason, like internally, at least with their own excuse for it, it's always been the hostages. They're going to have no real reason to keep going, but they're also going to have no real reason not to keep going, because that was like the only leverage that Hamas and the Palestinians had over them, is we have something that you want, as in these terrorist settlers. So I don't know if it's a good move or a bad move to release all of them. Trump says he would visit Gaza. Trump said he would be proud to visit Gaza in the future. Oh my God. I don't think you're going to last that long, man. You either go today or you're never going to get another chance. IDF says, letter from slain Hamas leader detailing plans for October 7th massacre. Yeah, dude, I'm sure. The IDF found another document in Gaza that just happens to say exactly what they wanted to say. Wow, I wonder if they're going to release a definitely not forged and 100% real phone call between two Hamas operatives talking about how they want to do genocide and they love Hitler, just like they did the other 500 times. So I would not expect much here. I would not get your hopes up too much. Israel doesn't respect these sorts of agreements, and they're especially going to respect this agreement even less, given that once the hostages are released, like, what reason do they have not to just sort of go wild? But they were already going wild, so I mean, especially given that Hamas has only agreed to the first part of the deal, they are going to continue talks, and these are like more serious talks than before, with way more countries involved, way more negotiators involved and such. So talks will continue, but it really depends on how they go, because Israel could just be like, okay, we're going to kill them all whenever we want. And, you know, if they do that, who's going to stop them? Who's going to step in there and stop this shit, stop these idiots? Because no one's done it yet. They're not going to do it now. So yeah, don't get your hopes up. Does seem more significant than the previous deal, but I wouldn't expect this to be anything really definitive. Anyone making any predictions to the contrary does not know anything about Israel, what Israel is and what Israel does, and the fact that none of their allies will ever stop them from doing whatever they want to do. There was also like news of Hamas. Immediately after the Israeli troops withdrew, Hamas started attacking the collaborator militias after they were just straight up abandoned by the Israelis. So yeah, it looks like I don't know exactly what those guys' plan was after the genocide ends. Like what did they think would happen after you collaborate with Israel? Did you think they would help you? Did you think they would evacuate you? They were never going to do that. So yeah, there is at least some positive news here. But as far as the ceasefire goes, it's Israel. If they want to do more genocide, they're going to do more genocide. We'll wait and see.